What was that stuff you were talking about? The
Tiger Balm.
tiger balm. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never heard of that before. Could you kind of just a little bit on what you
Well,
know it from and as?
yes, Tiger Balm. It's very similar to like icy hot and biofreeze. It's
Mm-hmm.
that cooling sensation with a bit of heat.
Yeah.
Um, as far as I don't really know too much about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was raised on it.
Yeah.
My parents always got it for when we were sick or we had stomach aches or this and that.
Is it like the Vapo rub for some people? Like
Yeah.
same sort of deal.
hmm Um, like when me and my sister were sick, my mom would take she would do a coin rub on our backs.
What is that?
And so the coin rub was pretty much taking that tiger balm, spreading it on your back. So like you have your spine and you'd have a line here and a line here.
Yeah.
So she'd apply here, coin rub it down all the way down to your
So the right side of your spine and then
top the back to lower, and then top lower on the other side. And then she'd go out the sides.
So was it just kind of like scraping or
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
it was
massage with a
light.
coin?
It was light scraping, but you know how your skin gets irritated after a while? It starts to hurt and turn really red.
So, and then you put the tiger balm on there. Would that sting like a bitch or like?
No, the tiger balm is applied before. Rubbing it in.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that was something that we always did when we were sick. Can't say that it helped 100%.
Like you just don't know.
We just did. It was a thing.
You did it every time.
So yeah, that was pretty. For stomach aches, we just rub it on our stomach, and then you'd have us put it in our belly buttons too. So I don't know if that like helps.
Would it make it smell better? What was that? What's that sensation got to be like? You just imagine putting icy hot in your belly button.
But yeah, in elementary school, I was always worried because I'd have a coin rub like the night before I had school. Just like, I'm gonna smell. I was always like, I don't know. I was just really cautious about it. And I'm just like, I smell it. Like, there's no way other people don't smell it, but no one said anything ever.
I mean, how young were you? Was it just all throughout, your schooling?
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't notice. I don't know. People put on like hand sanitizer and a lot of,
especially Asian today.
Man, you walk into a school anywhere and that people smell. Those kids smell like a lot of things.
Do you remember those middle school days in the locker room where everyone just sprays a whole can of Axe?
Yeah, okay. This is terrible to admit. I always hated Axe, right?
Okay.
I never really liked it anyway. I would always feel like I was dying every time I smelled it.
Yeah.
I heard that's what people did, right? So in 6th grade, when you're in the locker room for the first time, and they're like, man, you have to dress out. You have to undress in front of dudes, shove shit in a locker, dress into your gym clothes. And you're like, what the heck? This is strange. And you always heard that, you empty a whole can of Axe into the air, right? And of course, nobody really empties a whole can of Axe into the air. They empty a fair amount, or it seems like a lot. I found one of those tiny ones, the sample size. And one day I was just like, joking around with people, and we were like spraying shit, and then I just went, and I'm like walking around holding this on, and there starts to be like a haze in the locker room, like the lights, like you could see.
This was a sample size?
This was a sample size, and I was like, how much of this shit is in here? Because there's a haze forming, and you could see it right below the lights. Funny. And like things are starting to get weird. And then I'm like,
you start off of you.
I'm like going like this. Like, first off, I'm probably more high from like giggling and laughing like a little girl right beforehand. We were all joking around. But this was like after we dressed out and we need to go to our next class, right? And then just spraying that thing. There's like a thick cloud. I'll never forget it. it was a freaking haze
Yeah.
over the entire locker room. And there were still a bunch of people dressing out, and I started coughing. I just dipped,
You
and
fucked over the next class too.
there was still one more class. It was the end of the
You
day.
still fucked them over. They had to change
And
that.
I'm like, I'm like breathing heavy. Like I feel like I can't breathe right. Going to my next foreign language class and walk into the foreign language class, and I smell only like Axe. And you walk into the fucking room, and people smell it when I walk into the door from across the room, because my seat was quite literally on the opposite corner.
Yeah.
And they're just like, what the hell is that? I'm like, oh, it's Axe. Not like I sprayed it on there, but like I sprayed it all
some
in the
asshole in the
air.
locker
I think I said so, yeah. Someone sprayed all this, like a whole can of Axe in the locker room.
That's
And I was coughing for like a good half of that class afterward. And, yeah, I hate Axe. I really hate Axe body spray.
That's a good story. That's a really good story.
Who? How many people's lungs were damaged in that?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
Good
this
thing
is
you
all-
dipped
This
fast.
is all allegedly hypothetical.
Yeah.
I could be lying about
That
this
was a
story.
good hypothetical,
Yeah.
situation.
Sixth grade, man. Oh God. I don't know where we got on the Axe from. Oh,
What did we
smelling
go-
like smelling like the I almost said tiger sauce, tiger balm.
Oh yeah. Oh man, freaking middle school days.
That was such a weird time.
But so not the hypothetical situation of some asshole spraying a whole can in the locker room, but you'd have like a gym class would have like 23, then literally
23 what?
23 kids.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, 23 kids.
23 cans of Axe.
Well, it's not quite 23, but a good like
It's a very specific number.
5/8 of them would have it, yeah,
5/8.
or maybe 7/8.
Interesting.
7/8.
Okay.
And so you have almost every single kid have a can of Axe. One spray an armpit, other armpit, across the body like an X. And then they just, it's just too much at that point.
What I never understood, because I never understood the Axe body spray. Like I never was like, I had a couple cans. I've never really used it too much, and I was like, are you supposed to spray this? Like,
Because it sprays a lot.
why would you spray it on your armpit? That's weird. It's like tossing liquid on there. But would you spray it right here? Like that's like you're saying spritz, and an X across the chest? Jesus Christ. And that's like
some weird motherfuckers would just spray it in the air and walk through it.
most kids would, oh